Hello and welcome back to Behind the Hound. Joining me in studio is Coach Warthan and Nick from the wrestling team here at the University of Indianapolis. Let's dive right into these questions. So, Coach, what are some things that your team needs to do or has been doing to prepare for this upcoming season?
Yeah, we are blessed to have a really good strength and conditioning program. So we've been hitting the weights hard and trying to get in shape that way. And then during preseason, we are able to get on the mat a little bit, a couple hours a week. We've been in season now since October 11th, which we're able to be on the mat every day. So, just trying to stay healthy and go over technique that they're going to see in competition and make sure everybody's knocks the rust off and are ready to compete later in November.
Absolutely. So, how are some things going so far? You said you kicked off October 11th. Mm-hmm. How have things been going thus far?
Pretty good. It's really hard, and probably in all sports, but wrestling especially, to keep everyone healthy. So that is always a goal, is to come out throughout the preseason and have the majority of your team healthy and able to compete. And unfortunately, we have a couple guys that are banged up. And again, that's part of it, but that'll be a theme throughout the year, is to keep them healthy. Sometimes at the end of the season, it's who the healthiest team is, not necessarily who has the best wrestlers on their team. So that's always a goal. Outside of that, it's learning the techniques that some of the freshmen or incoming guys are not going to be used to seeing, so that when they do go into competition, they're not
blindsided.
Yeah, blindsided by new technique.
Yeah. So you mentioned goals a little bit. I'll segue to both of you guys here. Talk a little bit about team goals and personal goals for you, Nick, for instance.
Personal goals, as far as myself, I don't really like setting my own personal goals. I just kind of I want to be the best overall wrestler I can be at the end of the year. That's the one thing that I'm looking towards. Just being the most evolved wrestler that I can be throughout the season. That's really all I'm looking to be.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I would echo exactly that. Is sometimes you can drown in the looking for results, or saying we want to be national champions, or we want to be regional champions, we want to advance so many guys to nationals. And if you focus on the results and not the work that it takes to get there, sometimes it's just overwhelming. So, we have tried to, I think, as a staff, and, Nick's been on the team for 4 years now. He's a great leader of really working hard and focusing on the process of being the best you can be.
Now, you mentioned Nick being a leader. Nick, what are some things you're doing as a senior to be that leader to maybe the underclassmen or even fellow seniors?
I'm more lead by example, so I don't really have a large voice as far as in the room. So it's more of I guess my mindset is, you're all motivated to be here, or at least you should be. So it's all on you. It shouldn't be something that I have to tell you to do. It's more of do as you're told by the coaches, and things will fall into place.
Okay. Now, you also mentioned regionals, Coach. You guys were regional champs last year, second time in school's history. What are some things you guys need to do to hopefully secure the title again this year?
Yeah, and again, we're talking about a tournament in February, so there's a lot of pieces that have to fall in place before then. Being healthy is one of them. We have a lot of potential on the team. Our 4 national qualifiers are back from last year. We get another national qualifier from a couple years ago that took a couple-year hiatus. So we have 5 national qualifiers on the team, 2 All-Americans on the team. There's a lot of experience. So, and all these guys are being pushed by their teammates in practice. And I have a lot of things to figure out before, regional tournament. One being our best 10 guys. There's 10 weight classes. So there's a lot of competition right now. There's going to be a lot of jostling and different guys in the lineup throughout the year. So, I think the potential's there. There's a lot of experience on the team. And then the big thing is to be healthy. And if all the guys are the best they can be come February, I think we're going to be tough to beat.
Good. Now, you're talking about winning and, going out on the mat and obviously securing wins. What is the journey like to nationals? Explain to me a little bit about that.
So in wrestling, right now there's 4 regional tournaments, and the top 4 in each weight class go to nationals. So the national tournament is a 16-man bracket. So you have to advance through the regional tournament. You have to place top 4. This year, regional tournament is in Ohio at Findlay,
Okay.
and then nationals will be in Iowa.
Now, Nick, you mentioned being the best wrestler that you can be, and that's being one of your goals this year, per se. You know, you came super close last year to being top number 1. What are you doing on the mat to hopefully get that number 1 position?
I mean, every day just come in and work hard. I'm not really thinking about the end as of right now. I'm just worried about, like right now, like today, I'm worried about practice. Like, I'm just thinking about practice as of right now. Practice, and then I'm thinking about our first meet. I'm not worried about nationals or regionals right now. I'm just worried about what's happening in the moment and what needs to be done. So, I don't know. I just don't try and think about the future.
Right.
Why think about the future?
Think about today.
I need to think about what's going on
Okay.
at the moment.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming in and talking with us today. Best of luck on your season thus far and in the future. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is all the time that we have for today. Thanks for watching.